Alright, so Cybercube level 1 to 20. Before we jump into anything, you want to make 100% sure that this is the core you're using. All of these have a slower animation for going through in-level portals, so ones that take you from one part of the level to another. And you can be losing like up to a second per portal from that alone. And over the span of, over the span of a 1 to 20 run, it doesn't make a big difference. Over the span of an 80% run, it will make a very big difference. Like you could be losing several minutes thanks to that. Alright, let's jump into it. First thing I want to note is that the scroll wheel, you can use it for pressing enter. Well, not as a part of a game, or as a part of the game, but by using an external script, we're able to do that. And that is basically just because if you don't do it like that, it means that every time you want to go to the next level, you have to go, right? Which is, not too bad to do once or twice, or even 20 times. But by the time you get to like an 80% run, you're having to do that like 100 times. Your hands start to actually hurt quite a lot. So yes, for the sake of health, that is why we have made that decision. Alright, level 1. We're going to go ahead and bounce along. Just timing those jumps. It's not too hard to do. It takes a little bit of, getting comfortable with the physics engine, getting comfortable with the movement, how the game feels, but you can do that very consistently. Level 2, it's a little bit difficult to time this because it changes directions like a little bit before you get there, so you don't have much time to judge it. So the simplest way is to instead look at the red line on the floor, and then once you're all the way on that red line, just jump, and that'll get you over. So that's level 2. Level 3, there's 2 strategies. You can hold no directions from the start, and then start holding a direction and try and time it so that you're going past that first laser as soon as it's gone. The alternate is the in-between strat, which is where we switch from holding right to left right after we make it past where the laser would be, which is very difficult to do. So yeah, there I changed way too late. Still changed way too late. There we go. And that'll get you through. And that saves, I believe, about 1/3 of a second. So it's not a lot, and it's a lot harder. So not worth it unless you're going for top times. Level 4. Level 4 is a capped level, which means that you just hold right and jump at the right time, and you'll get the same time every time. Same with level 5. Don't need to worry about doing anything in this level. Level 6, we're going to hold the nothing from the start, and then once we're 2 tiles from the end of the orange, start holding right, and then once we're at the end, jump and swap. And that will line you up just perfectly to actually get that timing perfect. Whoop. As soon as your camera starts moving in this level, you want to change directions. So this is difficult to do, and there in that first one I changed way too early and lost quite a lot of time there. You'd be losing not an entire second, but probably like half a second from that mistake. But yeah, that's that level has just alternation, so you can gain or lose time, but it's a very small amount. Level 8 is capped. Level 9 has 2 things. So that is a corner boost. Basically, by jumping in a corner, when you transition, right, when you actually go over to the next surface, you'll carry that jumping speed. But of course, that jumping speed was up, and what used to be up is now forwards, so you end up with a big speed boost. So hitting both of those I think it saves not quite a second. I think it saves 0.8, 0.9. About half of that, about half a second is from the first one, whereas like 0.3 is from this. Did I say? Hang on. About half a second is from the first one. About 0.3 is from the second one. And that's because you end up carrying higher speed for a longer distance after the first one compared to the second one. So hitting the first one's not too hard. You just sort of time it. Hitting the second one is quite a lot harder because you have to... You basically don't have any time to react to it. You kind of just need to learn the timing. You can kind of do it, but the camera is like flying about because you're changing directions. You're at a higher speed than you normally would be. It's very difficult to time that, so it's best to basically just learn the timing for 1, 2. Alright, level 10. Hold right. Yeah, moving on. Level 11. Hold right, jump a couple times, go through the portal. Again, make sure you're using the correct core for that. Level 12, just jump and alternate when you need to. Level 13, just hold right and jump. Level 14, hold left until you're about halfway through the L on the floor, and then jump at the end of the platform, and that will time you perfectly to land on the alternating platform. Level 15. Hold right, jump at the appropriate time. Level 16. Hold right, jump at the appropriate time. Yeah, look, there's like a long span of levels that are just not interesting. Level 17. We need to slow down a little bit. There, I could have slowed down less and I would have saved more time. But yeah, if you go full speed, you'll smack into the first laser. So we need to slow down just a little bit. But I recommend just running up and then slowing down when you're there. Okay, level 18. Hold right and jump at the appropriate time. Level 19. If we just hold right and try to alternate perfectly, we will smack straight into that spinner. So we actually want to slow down a little bit before trying to go past the spinner. And then finally level 20. Incredibly simple. We're just going to alternate. And that is the end of a 1 to 20 run. So that is pretty much all the information that you need to get a good time, to get the world record, frankly, in 1 to 20. Hopefully people can get some cool times.